Good morning. What is up, buddy?
What up, Dom?
Oh, dude, do you see the cool thing that happened today? Do you
No,
already see it? Does anybody see it? Chat. Does anyone see it? I know we only got Plush Garden and Caitlin. Good morning to both of you. What is up? Thank you for showing up. Just before you pick up your students, don't throw out your back. Dad joke within the first minute. Let's go. Um, our days. It says mine says 6-7, but if you just do my day 6 and your day 7, we got a 6-7 right there on the screen. Let's go.
hey yo,
Six.
the kids love us.
The kids would be so proud. All of Jason's students that watch this before they go into his class would be so excited.
I think it's 3 sixth graders.
Nice. Nice,
And
nice, nice.
I'm hoping that they told their parents before being caught watching two adult grown men podcasting.
He's so weird. like their parents like walk by their phone and like catch it out of the corner of their eye and they're like like what are you watching? And it's like that's Mr. Jason.
That's my teacher.
That's my teacher.
My teacher talking in the morning.
You banned 6-7 from being said in your house. I look, my kids don't say it as much as I do. Um, so it's now, and that's the best part about all these little memes and things like that. Are my lights pulsing? Do you guys see that? Or is that just me?
No, you're kind of pulsing.
Let me go turn them up a little bit.
Northern Lights,
Still-
y'all.
still
Anybody
pulsing.
Northern Lights last night?
Do they always do that?
No, this is the first time.
It's so strange.
Yeah. Plush. If the quickest way to make something uncool is to keep saying it over and over again. My student,
As the parent to start doing it.
as the parent, yeah, or the
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah.
I think our school staff at Westview Middle School has successfully made 6-7 uncool
Yeah, exactly.
so much.
Like for instance, like when the girls do a TikTok dance too many times, if I just jump up there and start learning it or jump in the videos, it becomes a lot less cool.
Yeah. Same with what else did we ruin, Dom? There's plenty of things that we ruined as adults.
Yep.
21. Remember 21? That was my first teaching meme back in 2014, 13. The 21.
No, I never heard that one. I
And
think my kids might have been too young.
damn, Daniel, what are those? Remember
Yeah,
that one?
like adding their slang into what you're saying and using it badly. That's yeah. That's parenting.
Yeah.
That's today's parenting. I'm sure it was yesterday's parenting too. I'm sure our parents did it as well. Good morning, MP. Oh, and also good morning, David. You snuck in there, but good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Dom, gratitudes today. What the hell are you thankful for?
What did I write? I wrote the simple stuff, and I think I was thinking things like, water, electricity, like that kind of stuff. And then the other thing was, so my office is on like one of the not one of, it's the busiest street in these like three, four, five neighborhoods called PCH, or Pacific Coast Highway,
Mhm.
and it runs all up the Pacific Coast, to my knowledge, at least up most of California.
Yeah, I've raced
And
many
we're
times in Cruising USA on your road.
there you go. Yeah, so it goes through Malibu and all those cool places, and it's very busy. It's 4 lanes of traffic. It gets backed up, all that stuff. So like constantly, I hear cars driving by. But when I pull in the morning, or when I pulled in today, as I was getting out of my car, it was like dead quiet. Like couldn't hear a thing for like a good couple of seconds for me to like realize it. And that just, I don't know, just sparked some gratitude for those early morning moments that you know, we've been texting a lot about this, and we've talked a lot on here on the show this week of just being able to enjoy that time that is very rare, that a lot of people just aren't awake. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. With this little time shift, I do joke and kid about Dom time, but I'm like 3 days in,
Good morning.
and I'm making it a point this season to adjust my schedule, whether that's work or workout or like studio schedule, with the sun setting and sun rising in the morning, um, instead of trying to force and squeeze every last second of sunlight out of the day. I'm just going to
Yeah.
wake up earlier with the sun and go to bed with the moon. I don't know why I haven't done this earlier in my life. It's really nice.
I think it's just something that you kind of just hit, like with age, like you just kind of hit it. Like I think when you're in your earlier years, like I talk to my kids all the time about going to sleep earlier, and they're like, "Dad, I'm not tired." I'm like, "But you're not getting enough sleep." And they're like, "I feel fine." So you have a little bit more of that resilience, or whatever it is, when you're younger, and slow the world and life and all things we do, like, just slowly kind of takes it a little bit out of you. Stress, everything that we deal with, parenting, finances, mortgage, whatever. And it helps to then, switch it up and go on what we're now dubbing as Dom time. But has been something way before that. And just appreciate that the sun and the moon kind of set the clock for you.
Yeah, I gotta make a shirt. There's so many shirts that I've written down to make just because of, and then we'll open up a little Daily Dad store. Mama Bear, congrats on the new car. What is it? What are you getting? And Dylan.
Nice.
So Dylan came up in a conversation between me and Kristen over the weekend. I was listening to a playback, and I was showing Kristen because I had like the screen up with the live chat, and
Uh-huh.
like any caring and concerned wife, she goes, "Who the hell is Dylan?" um, kidding.
Because of the last name, or just she just chose him out of everyone?
Well, because it says Dylan Turner.
Yeah.
But one thing that she reminded me of is once upon a time before we had our firstborn, when we were going back and forth between
Ah,
names and we
yeah,
didn't yet know the sex of our child because
yeah.
we kept our first one a secret, the only male name that we could agree upon was Dylan.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I like that
Um,
name.
no other names stuck with us,
Yeah.
spelled the exact same way. So I consider Dylan like a real part of the family, even like just by virtue of
The very much could have been your child.
he
Um,
might be my child.
we like names with Y's in them, so I always appreciate a name with a good Y in it.
Yeah.
Um, Honda Odyssey is a dope, like a minivan. Like minivans these days are sick. Like when we go out of town and we rent something and they give us a minivan, my wife's not a van person at all. Like we would never buy one. But like when we rent them, she's very much like she like has like a reconsideration. They're just so
Um,
spacious. There's just so much room in them.
yeah, that is definitely a middle-aged edge that gets worn down. We rented vans twice,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know why I'm so anti-van. This is actually really nice.
Yep. It's just the whatever I don't know what you call it. I'm blanking on the word, but like the predisposition of the soccer mom or the mom van or like whatever that whole thing is that like went through so hardcore in the I don't know when it was 80s 90s, like yeah, stereotype. That's another good word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know what made them uncool. Like, I
it,
remember the first time
it's
my
just that
mom.
they were never considered cool. They're functional, and like there are what most families need, especially when you hit that like three kid moment and you need that third row. um but it's not cool, it's functional.
Yeah.
Like cargo shorts, they're not cool, but they're functional as heck when you can put a bunch of goldfish and
Oh,
snacks
man,
and
no,
all your other stuff in your cargo shorts.
cargo shorts used to be cool. Like a van, now that we get older,
Pragmatic
like a van with seats down has more storage room
than
than
a
like
truck.
than a pickup truck, you know?
My in fact, when I first was in construction, one of the things I would do on the weekends, because I'd work for a plumbing company, but on the weekends I'd build fences. So I had all these tools, and one of the people that I worked with at the plumbing company was selling his van. So I bought his van from him for like $500, like an old Astro van, and I just ripped the seats out and all the carpet, and I just threw my tools all in the back of the van, and then I could throw lumber on top of it, and 100%.
Yeah.
And then I bought a
Question
truck because it wasn't cool to be like rocking up to a job site in a minivan.
question for the couch chat.
Yeah, fans and cargo shorts.
You call Dom up to do some housework. Would you trust Dom pulling up in a pickup truck, or would you trust Dom more if he pulled up into an old Astro van with all the tools in the back? I think I'm gonna go Astro van.
Ugh. I don't look, I proved yesterday like the reason why I've like stopped doing work. Oh man, it was so exhausting doing like landscape irrigation yesterday at my house. I
Yeah.
had the day off and I decided to take on a house project, and it it almost killed me, and I'm feeling the pain right now. Like everything hurts.
And then you said Amy started watering your lawn with a hose right immediately after.
If my wife is I don't know if she does this just to like knock me down a minute. I'm like, honey, let me show you what I did. Like, she was in the living room watching me. Like, I know she saw me out there working the whole time. But I'm like, honey, look. And I turn like the sprinklers on, and they're like, and I try to walk her around and say, look, 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 look. And she finds the one that was a problem. And she's like, why is that one doing that? And so I fixed it right then and there. And that wasn't even the system I was working on. That was another one that I had done previously that was failing. Um, And then she grabs the hose and just starts watering the plants, like while the sprinklers are going off. And I'm like, honey, what are you doing?
Criticize, criticize, criticize. That's all you do.
Oh man.
All right. Mornings. Yeah, mornings are good. I'm
But to
enjoying
be
this.
fair, I asked her in the morning what she wanted me to do on the honey list. I said I was going to go to Home Depot because I've been really wanting to fix this sprinkler leak. Uh, and she had nothing for me. So
Thank you,
that's it.
Mom and Bear. 2 days
She was
unwashed.
talking to me.
Both of us. Thank you, both of us. Thank you, Mama Bear, for
Appreciate it.
complimenting both of our hair.
Mine's getting wild. I'm debating on whether or not to get it cut or just save the money and just shave it off. So
I think I'm going to treat myself to a birthday haircut. Dom, hard pivot to today's page because I have notes from last
did you
year.
see that? Did you see that Dylan brought it up like what feels like an hour ago?
No, I totally missed it.
5:38. Dylan was trying to hard pivot us.
Dylan, thank you for keeping us on time.
He was like, "You guys jibber jabber too much. I want you guys to talk about." And I picked it up, but I let it flow out. So sorry, Dylan, but you're the man.
Dylan. I can't find it.
It's on the screen, bro. Read the screen.
Oh, right.
I scrolled up and posted it.
Yeah. Wait, is that it? I think so. Yeah, it's why you're here. November 12th. Happy birthday to David Twitchell, who I haven't talked to in about 25 years. I just happen to remember his birthday because it's a few days before mine. If you're listening,
All right.
we're in Virginia. Happy birthday. Yeah, talking about this is a bigger, very big topic today. It could go anywhere. But I wrote notes last year at this particular time on this day because I was away by myself. This was a weekend that I was alone.
Okay.
And I was at a teacher conference up in Breckenridge, which sounds awesome and was pretty awesome. But I was up there for 3 days. And after like a day and a half, the first day of just having my purpose was to go to, I went to like 5 or 6 different sessions on teaching. It's an art teacher. It's the Colorado Art Educators Conference every year held in Breckenridge. Pretty awesome location. Every year it's up there. And the first day was great. My only purpose was to go there, talk to people, learn some cool shit, and go to bed and maybe get a beer at the bar. There is a social aspect of it where it's like teachers meet up at like the bars in town, which sounds awesome. But after a day of conferences and doing some like pretty heavy mental lifting, I just want to go and spend time by myself. So I had a nice little, it was like a little bit bigger than a regular hotel room, like a kind of like one of those little kitchenettes. And it was like one of the first times that I was in the mindset of, I wonder if this is what it feels like being single, because like, it's not like I was surrounded by like other single people. It was literally just like being on my own with zero responsibilities besides the purpose that I decide for myself. And after about a day and a half of peace and quiet, I was getting lonely because I kind of became a little bit insular. I was like, this was like my recharge time. And I missed the noise and the cacophony of 3 girls and a wife and 2 dogs and 3 cats at home.
It's the chaos.
Yeah. So that it was the things that I wrote down where kids or no kids, people will seek out their purpose because we all have a purpose, whether it's teaching, whether it's guiding, whether it's any other type of thing. It's like we all decide our purpose. And I think one of the default thoughts of people with no kids is like, oh, I guess they didn't want kids. But this year I'm thinking about it, and the people and friends that don't have kids don't have kids because they couldn't or they can't, not because they chose not to. You guys might know others, but it's like the only other place that I really see this argument between like what's better, kids or no kids, is like once in a while I'll browse Reddit and there's like a kids free lifestyle or something Reddit
Okay.
where it's like people with kids are saying why kids are better. People who've decided not to have kids are arguing why having no kids is better. But either way, you find your purpose and you fill your time with what you find
Hmm.
meaning. There's some friends who have, they've asked about what it's like having 3 kids. I ask people who have 4 and 5 kids what that's like. And my answer is like it's never harder or it's never easier with less kids because you're putting in 100% either way.
Yeah.
Like maybe your energy is split different, but it's like whatever situation you've led yourself into, you're going to decide your purpose.
Yeah. I feel like you're just gonna adapt and adjust your life and what you do with your time and your energy on whatever level of kids you're at or whatever point or position in your life you're at. Like some people having kids early versus having kids later. Um, you know, yeah, like you said, those of us that chose not to have kids, or maybe for some of them, it's that I don't have kids yet. For some of them, it's they sat in that point for a long time and they just didn't get to the point where they had kids or could have kids because there is a clock on that thing. So yeah, I don't think it's like I don't know that I agree with the page in saying that one way is better than the other. Um, or yeah, I mean, I think it is in a way, but it's to each their own, right? Like people out there that don't have kids and made that choice, like it didn't have the choice made for them because maybe they couldn't. I'm sure they are perfectly happy and comfortable in that.
Yeah, I am also with you. I did not necessarily agree with the essence of the page saying that serving kids or having a large family is the best way to be. Um, because it's like, how do you argue that to somebody who doesn't have that?
Yeah.
Or what's the point?
Yeah, I
What?
mean, there's still things like pets. There's still things like being an uncle and an aunt. So serving your nieces and nephews. There's obviously serving your community, your church, your neighborhood. Your business. Like a lot of people think of their business as their children, and if they have employees, they serve them. Um, so I think there's definitely as long as you're not like a completely disconnected human and you're, disconnected from everyone. But even then, like that's a mindset. Like if that person's disconnected, they're disconnected.
Yeah, I don't really think there's an argument there,
Yeah.
nor do I really think there's a point in starting that argument.
Hmm.
Some of my best friends do not have kids, but when they talk about their nieces and nephews or friends' kids, it's like they talk just as
Yeah.
highly of those kids as they would of their own
Yeah.
because they've found a little joy in that part of their life.
Yeah. I think they still see, like, I think they see the benefit, but it's just, maybe it just wasn't. Yeah. And like you said, the people who have one versus two versus three, it's, it's not more or less. It's what you felt you were capable of or what the universe allowed you to have because some people just get that one and they can't have any more. And then it becomes what you're like I said, you adapt. It becomes what you're comfortable with. Some people are just more comfortable with one or two and they didn't want to go for the three or four or
Mhm.
more. And then other people just keep on going. Amy has a cousin, I think they're up to 8. I don't know, I lost count.
Jeez, do they live on a farm?
Well, actually, They lived in a decent sized house and property in Wisconsin, but in the last couple of years they become missionaries. So they travel to different impoverished areas. I think they've been based in Louisiana for a while now, but they've gone down to, I don't know, somewhere in South America. At one point, they were trying to go to New Zealand. But yeah, it's like that in itself is wild. Like just being a missionary and like being in impoverished areas and helping out and building other homes for people, like
Mhm.
just as a single person is a pretty, wild undertaking. But they're bringing kids that essentially range from, I think their oldest is Bailey's age, so about 18, all the way down to one's in her stomach right now, I think. Or at least might be soon at the rate of their child rearing.
David, I remember you talking about this a few weeks ago, where
Hmm,
I think you were talking about singing out of tune as well, but they'll still ask you to do it.
how
Um,
cool is that?
yeah, there was something else that I saw up here.
My niece has 9. I'm not sure she's done. Dylan says he wants 10 kids. You should have 1, right? Or is it 2? I grew up as a
Oh,
missionary kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
David, I think that was when you were on screen or you were talking, but your face was off screen. I think I remember that. There was one more
2.
thing I wanted to bring up that you said, and I can't remember it.
Was it you're casting your vote for if I should get a haircut or shave my head?
No, I think you should let it go.
I think I'm gonna shave it. No, I
In,
can't. I can't let it go. I can't do longer than it's already starting to bother me.
in four
It's
months, Dom, I want to be talking to Jeremiah Johnson.
never gonna happen, dude. I just couldn't do it. I've tried. I'll send you a picture of the longest my hair's ever been. Like,
Yeah.
because I was trying to grow it out like Bentley when he was a baby. So I have a picture of me and him, like where I like had it in like a top ponytail, top knot kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it was decently long, but oh, just
David, David, how do you not know who Jeremiah Johnson is? You got to look it
I
up.
had to I had to look up John Cougar Mellencamp for a second to be reminded of that reference.
Oh God, am I that much older than you?
No,
Boy,
you're not. I
boy,
just
Dom.
wasn't paying attention to
You didn't watch
male
MTV back in the day?
male celebrities faces and haircuts. Oh, okay, Jeremiah Johnson. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's like the first movie that you've ever seen where it's like, I could live in the woods. At least that's what I thought. Um, yeah, purpose. It was good writing today. Well, sorry. I enjoyed what I wrote in my reflection. Did I enjoy the actual reading? Kind of disagreed with it, but
Right, Dylan?
it hit at a good time last year.
Good. Dylan's laughing at the fact that you just like reference getting a haircut on your birthday because you don't often get haircuts, whereas Dylan gets them every 2 weeks. Keeps it high and tight.
Yeah, that's too much for me. My
Mine's a
longest hair.
mine I've been on like a month, like 1 to, 1.5 months, and it just gets expensive. So I was thinking I'll just trim it myself this time. And the easiest way is to just put the shaver with a 1 clip and just take it all down and regrow it.
My longest hair was COVID hair. The bandana was a regular part of my daily attire. Maybe I'll bring those days back for 45. Maybe that is my midlife crisis.
Dude, let's just like sit here and like watch Jason just flow. I believe hair holds trauma. All right. Get it out every 2
Yeah,
weeks.
I could see that. All right, I got to go. I have to get gas and then take my kids to school.
Right on, man. Have a great day. Everybody, thank you for showing up. Thank you for chatting with us. Appreciate you all always. And we will see you back here tomorrow, Thursday.
Find your purpose.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, it's hard for me to cruise the volume.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
David, get in here and sing.